Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another video here with me, Arne Huschenbeth. We are trying something a little different this time. I'm gonna do something that I want to do for Arena Open prep. Arena Open is this weekend, and just playing Arena cubes for that. And also because I've been just really enjoying this cube. In the past, when they had these Arena cubes, Tinker's cube, whatever it was, I was always a little confused. I didn't quite get into it, like smoothly, as I did with, for example, Vintage Cube on Magic Online or Legacy Cube on Magic Online, which kind of hasn't been a thing for a while, I guess. Anyways, but this Arena Cube is different. For me, I've been just really enjoying it. Why? Because it's less around synergistic cards and synergistic archetypes or what have you. It's just all the best cards on Arena smashed in together in one cube, and you just have these sweet decks of like powerhouse cards of Standard and Explorer and, Titans of the Past slam into each other, these grindy value games with sick top decks, and it's a real cube experience. It's not like this, I don't know, we're trying to do red black sacrifice and hope everything comes together, which, yeah, so there's no more Mayhem Devil, for example. So it's just good cards, pretty much. There's, of course, still synergies, and you can draft, but it's more like you draft mid-range, you draft aggro, you draft control, you don't draft blue-black mill, green-white counters, and, I don't know, red-green monsters, right? It's more just good cards, aggro, mid-range. Control as an archetype, and this channel is not really a limited channel, so I just wanted to throw a tangent? Anyways, do something different that I'm enjoying right now and just see how it hits, if you guys enjoy it or not. I really recommend this cube to you guys to play it. It's a lot of fun. And it's a bit of a different experience to, some people love the Vintage Cube, and I do too. I really like Vintage Cube, but still, it's nice to have a different experience as well, where you just have a bunch of awesome cards that are, just mashed together, but not like that type of awesome cards with all the power and, like turn 2 kills in Vintage Cube. Just a little bit more fair. So there's like long games. The games go really long. And there's also the Arena Open. So if you're into winning some cash, then why shouldn't you prep for it? All right, and with that being said, let's jump into the queue and hopefully enjoy ourselves. I mean, my experience is still very little, so I'll have to learn myself. But I think my win rate is pretty good so far. I've lost I played like a couple of best of 3 drafts, went 3-0 twice. And then I think I went 6-2, 6-3 in one of the best of 1 drafts. The Arena Open is best of 1 or best of 3 on day number 1, and you can like re-sign every time. And then it's only best of 3 on day number 2, which you have to qualify for. Okay, interesting pack. So we have Mace Mind Tome, Colorless Draw Engine. Pretty good start. I think I'm looking at Fractusk, very powerful. Glorybringer, very strong. Liliana, not too bad, but more dependent on the matchup. I mean, if they have X1s, it's quite good. I had Liliana before, and she picked off some Elvish Mystics, which was nice. Yeah, I'm looking at Fractus, Mace Mind Tome, and Glorybringer mainly. I haven't drafted green yet. Red seems very good in this format. Question on Mace Mind Tome is, how important is such an effect? How grindy are the games? There's certainly aggressive cards like Gutter Bones, Cult Conscript. You can draft like any color aggressive deck really. So Mace Mind Tome can sometimes be just way too slow, but also against other matchups can be really good. I think Fractusk and Glorybringer are really good cards. But I'm just gonna go with the colorless card, keep myself open, and then see from there. Love me a Seasoned Pyromancer. Land of a Visionary I think is a very good cube card as well. Tugu Slicer is not bad. Inferno Grasp and Disdainful Stroke are good as well, I think. Eternal Witness, geez, that card is also in here, yeah. It's an abundance of good cards, really. So what I think is very important is having cheap interaction, because there is not an abundance of that. You have an abundance of great cards at 4 or 5 mana and so on. But cheap removal, like Inferno Grasp, that just kills anything, and there's a lot of must-kill threats, is hard to come by. Same with Counterspell, I guess. Yeah, so I'm leaning towards these two. I think Seasoned Pyromancer is a reasonable pick. Land of a Visionary is reasonable as well. drafted a green value deck. Land of a Visionary reads very nice. Not only is it 2/4, it also ramps you into your bigger stuff. I'll try it out. I'll try green. None of the other cards were like exceptional that I would need to take him. Alright, in terms of green, we have another ramper, but it's a lot worse than Visionary, not drawing a card. Rishka is fine. Pelt Collector for the aggressive deck. Hydra is decent. But again, I'm not picking these like expensive cards too highly that aren't like super good. So Hydra falls into that camp of like being medium-ish. Like, it's a good card, but you get a lot of these if you want them. Censor, again, great. Swift Spear, Frame Inspector, the white aggressive deck also there. Inquisition of Kozilek, not too bad. And Liliana is a really good card in cubes usually. So I'm looking at Liliana and Censor here. If I would have taken Inferno Grasp, Liliana of the Veil would have been an easy pick. I love me a Censor, especially when people try to cast a bunch of powerful cards. Here I'm gonna go with the Censor over the Liliana. Crater Hoof Behemoth. Talia, Guardian of Frame. I mean, this is one of the better white aggressive cards. Breach the Multiverse. 7 mana, but heck, this card has to be insane in this cube. Like, if you get to resolve it, just lights out with all the great cards. Shredder, I don't think Shredder is that good. Repeal is like fine, but less good in this format than it would be in like artifact-centered Vintage Cube. There's just another aggressive card. Raider Hoof Behemoth. Where are we going with this? Where are we going? Kaito. None of these cards like seem exciting to me. Besides maybe the Breach. Get to resolve that, it just lights out. But having passed 2 good black cards, maybe I don't want to do that. But otherwise, like, there's nothing in this pack that excites me. I'm almost thinking about going into white for Talia and abandoning my first 3 picks and just hoping mono white is open. I don't know. I'll take the Breach. There wasn't a green card, which is notable. And again, not a good green card in this pack either. So maybe I should abandon the green. Also blue. There's no good blue card. I mean, this card is kind of whatever. So yeah, black, red. Black maybe open here. Red open with these 3 red cards still in the pack. White, only a Nahiri. Maybe I shouldn't be in white, blue, or green. Which is unfortunate because it would mean I would have to lose these 2 picks. I like me a Warbow, it's just a very powerful threat. Misery's Shadow. That could good in this format. These cards seems kind of whatever. I mean, I like the Harvester, but am I committing to 2 colors? I think Harvester is like the best card though. I think I'm gonna pick it. If I pick Warboss, I can also go with the Harvester because I'm probably gonna solidify myself in black and then maybe red. Okay, now blue is flowing again, but yeah, black clearly coming our way. Yakmov, quite a powerful human in a sacrifice shell. Some blue counter spells cards. I could try to go into blue-black control, but picking one of those. Invasion of Innistrad is a decent card if you get to flip it in a creature deck. Supreme Will is nice. I really like Supreme Will. I think counter spells are pretty good in a format where people just try to resolve powerful stuff. Surfing around a little bit. Perhaps I should go into black more and just not look at the... Yeah, I'll just pick the Yakmov. I mean, it's early in the draft that I can build around it. Coma. Wow, that's a powerful card. Rascal's Contempt. Sphinx Ref. Shieldred's Edict. Okay, black's certainly flowing. I think black is the color I should solidify myself in. Falconruff, Aristocrat. Sacrifice a creature. In case it's destructible, to sacrifice with a human. Okay, so this would work in like a sacrifice shell if I go for that. When this deals damage to a player, conjure a card named Fire Spirit into your hand. This is kind of sweet. I would love to make this work. Shieldred's Edict is just the good card. Rascal's Contempt seems pretty awesome as well. Or I take a little bit more of a synergistic card here. Tough. I don't know. I could even wield the Aristocrat, maybe. I'll go with the Servitor. I don't know. I want to try that card. Okay. Yeah, black's certainly open. Rankle, probably a good... Oh, Undercity Plunder. That card is really good. Makes them discard 1 and then they have to discard another. Or you get a random card from their library into your hand. Damn. And Rankle good in a sacrifice shell too. Works better in my deck if I'm planning to do that. But Undercity Plunder is a better card, I think. I'm gonna go with the Plunder here. Okay, so Lily Wield, Gutterbones Wield, and the Conscript Wield. Now the question is, do I want to be more of an aggressive deck? Maybe I'll just be mono black aggro. Try that. Lily is the better card in a vacuum, of course. What's it better anyways? Non-skeleton creature died in this when I dealt damage, right? I think I'm gonna go with an aggressive deck. And then I'm gonna go with the Gutterbones. Grab Heap and Inferno Grasp. Wow. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's just no other black draft at the table. And Scrap Heap is great in an aggressive deck, but I think Inferno Grasp is just clean 2-mana kill spell. I have to take that. Okay, Lily Wield, Inquisition Wield. I'm the only black draft at the table. I love me an Inquisition, but I think Lily is just too good to pass up on. Okay. So this is an aggressive creature. Deals combat. Okay, it just grows and then it searches for a card if it has 4. And this is an anti-aggro card, mainly. I'm gonna go with the Oathsworn then. Okay, I'm gonna go with Jadar over Misery Shadow because of the sacrifice shenanigans. Brutality might be good. Oh, the Supreme Will still in the pack? Wow. I guess I'll go with the Supreme Will. Might be mono black in the end. So maybe I should have taken the Brutality, but I feel like Brutality is somewhat weak. Counter spell. Ah. Commit to Memory, also a sweet one. Combos with Nazad. Geomancer is a very good card. Probably picking that up. If you control no snakes. Wait a minute, didn't I have a snake? One snake card I was considering picking, but I didn't take it, I guess. Unfortunately, didn't wield the Falkenrath Aristocrat. So there's a Lurrus here. Can I build a Lurrus deck? Maybe. I mean, building a Lurrus sacrifice deck would be sweet, but I would have to get rid of both of these. And couldn't play stuff like Ophiomancer. Esper Sentinel is a sweet card. Blood Crypt, Dragon Skull Summit. Lands are high value because you just have enough playables every time and you just want to really make your mana good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a little lost. Ophiomancer or Blood Crypt or Lurrus. Kind of leaning towards taking the land because I think I'm going to wheel all the black cards anyways after that first pack. Lightning Bolt. Oh, Uro. Look at these awesome cards. Worm Coil Engine. I mean, this is just so much fun. Ghost Rider as well. Great in what I'm trying to do here. Black Sun's Twilight seems a bit expensive. Cruelty of Gix. It has to be an insane card in this format, right? You take one of their best creatures, you search for one of your best cards, and then you return a creature. It doesn't really fit the theme, but it's just such a good card. I think the Ghost Rider I'm going to wheel anyways, so I'm not picking that. I guess I'm going to wheel any of the black cards again. So what's higher value to me? I'm going to try the Cruelty, I think. Although, I could just be a synergistic low to the ground sacrifice deck and be happy about that. Could also pick Lightning Bolt. Be red-black. Precursor Golem ain't bad. It's just tough. The choices are all so good. What do you do then, you know? Kuran's Command, nice one. Swords, oh, love it. Liliana, bit expensive, but pretty good in a sacrifice deck too. Fatal Push. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take Fatal Push and try to wheel the Kuran's Command. It's reasonable. Maybe I should just take Kuran's Command and wheel the Fatal Push. I don't know. Like, Fatal Push is... Like, I think either of the two is gonna wheel, so it doesn't matter too much. Evolved Sleeper, Bloodshie's first. Magmatic Chandler, Chandra. I mean, I'm not committed to red by any means. It could just still be a mono black deck, which it would be the Sleeper pretty good. And again, I feel kind of weird taking these cards because I'm probably gonna wheel them anyways. Bloodshie's first seems pretty nice. Not only is it a cheap removal, it also kills anything later on. But then again, I already have like 2 removals. I'm gonna pick the Sleeper here. Rexian Flesh Gorger, not bad. Nurturing Peatland. You can play this in a mono black deck and just have a land that you can cycle. Cut to Ribbons is a really nice red black card. I'm probably gonna wheel this anyways, so I'm gonna go with the cut to Ribbons. Burning out your opponent later on. Okay, just black. Alright. No more black. Maybe this was just a weird pack. I mean, I have some blue cards, but they don't really... Like, if I take a first for discovery, it doesn't really work with my deck well. Would be like a splash. Invasion of Ravnica I could take, I suppose. Doesn't seem like a great card. But the rest of the pack, I mean, this thing and then go black-white sacrifice. I don't know. Olivara might also just be the better card at first, because it's just so nice to fill up a land slot, because you have enough playables usually. Okay. Keeps continuing that we don't get any black anymore. What's going on? Den of the Bugbear is a great red card, so I'm probably picking that. Love me a key. Just phenomenal value play. But I think my deck is not a key deck. Let's see. I'm gonna try to be like this lower to the ground synergistic red-black deck, probably. Could still be blue-black as well. We'll see. Soul Servitude, they sack a non-token. When they do, you may discard a card. If you do, could you a duplicate of the sacrifice creature? Or a Gonti. Pick a Gonti, come on. Gonti is just too nice. Okay, Fearmancer wheeled. Dragon Skull Summit also wheeled. And Luris didn't wheel. So how good is this? It's just gotta be really good, right? With Yakmov over Dragon Skull Summit. Yeah. Cruelty wheeled. Could also pick Precursor and then sack my Precursor. Then I still have the other 2 free freeze without the downside. And 9 power for 5 mana. I mean, this card is just good. But yeah, I'm gonna try the Cruelty. Cruelty just reads pretty messed up. Okay, cooldown's command, nice. Everything going as planned. Mind Spike. It's a duress with an upside. Wait. It didn't. Yeah, if they didn't reveal. It's kind of weird. It doesn't show you the entire hand. But if they didn't reveal the Peatland. Oh wow, Wrath of God still in here? Are you kidding me? I first picked Wrath of God. First, okay. I guess you don't see the cards in the left column, do you? I'll put the Breach in the side, but for now. In the most right column, I meant. Mythos. Okay. What do we have here? Ugin. Not much black. I mean, some gold black cards. Raptor. Just double red, maybe a bit tough in my mainly mono black deck. Denriall is great against counterspell decks. I'm kind of solidifying myself in these colors, I think. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play Maze Tome in the end. I mean, I have one green card. Vraska is a good card in a sacrifice deck, of course, but I'm probably not gonna ditch these red cards and Hours of Blood Crypt. Yeah, I guess I'll just pick an Ugin. Colorless. Like, this Invasion of Fiora card just seems I don't know, it seems a bit expensive for what it does. Like, in a format like Cube, it wipes the board, later on you get the guy. Obviously a great card in normal limited environment, but I don't know. Alright. We'll see if we play Ugin. A nice value play. Morbid Opportunist. Good in a sacrifice deck. Here we have a red-black duo. Robber of the Rich. If we want to be on the aggressive trip. Pretty good card. Do I have other rogues? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there's a rogue. This guy is just... And this ability, it only grows, I believe, when you exile a card. So I'm not too excited about it. But I'm gonna wheel any of these black cards anyways. So what two cards do I want out of this pack? Probably the Triome and then the Morbid Opportunist. How many sacrifice outlets do I have, by the way? Woestrider and Yakmov. Kind of low on that front. So maybe the Morbid guy isn't even that good in my deck. Anyways, I'll wheel it. I'll pick the land. Loaf. I love me a Loaf. Oh, Pylon is also sweet. Lutri. Lutri is just a freebie in this cube. I mean, you have to first pick this card every time you see it. It's a freebie. It's just a free card. Yeah, I'm picking Lutri. I mean, boring, but I'm picking Lutri. Zealous Conscripts, Canyon Slav. Cut down, not bad, not bad. Molten Impact is a pretty nasty card against a creature deck. Use Warcrafting. But Zealous Conscript just gotta be insane, right? Pick like some crazy bomb. Brotherhood's End, that would be good against me. Eater of Virtue. Interesting card. Junji. 5-drop value play. Doesn't seem like that exciting to me. Eater of Virtue. Like Brotherhood's End seems kind of not what I want to be doing. Is this an Eater of Virtue deck? I don't know, honestly. Maybe I'll just pick the dragon. We'll see. Dragon's fine. Like, I can reanimate an opposing card. Remember, this is best of one, so no sideboarding. I mean, some of these cards would become more interesting if you are playing sideboard games. Go for the throat. Yep, very good. How many playbills do I have? So I have like, probably not gonna play this. This is in a sideboard. These 5, so I have 19 playables right now. I really want the Hive, of course, because again, it's a land slot. Go for the Throat is a pretty good card. I'm gonna pick the Hive, I think. I might wheel to Go for the Throat. Might. Krenko, Grey Merchant. Do I have enough black to support Grey Merchant? Firebrand. I don't understand this card. This card seems a bit bad on raid to be in a cube like this. 3 mana, deal 3. It's really just a sideboard card against the 1 toughness deck. I'm just gonna pick Krenko. I think Grey Merchant's a bit weak. Alright, this card has to be good in my deck. Another Sacrifice Outlet isn't exactly what I wanted. Alright. Would have liked a couple more 1-drops. Okay. I mean, there's really nothing for me. If I'm playing blue, I guess I could play Spell Pierce. Morbid, come in here. So, what are we looking at? Oh, Lorf. I'm gonna play that card. Lorf is really nice in a sacrifice deck. Just, you continuously grow the loyalty when creatures of yours die. Then it makes 2 spiders with Menace Reach. I mean, this card is just very nice. I think Ugin is not gonna make the cut ultimately. Cut down, huh? Maybe I'll play cut down. Certainly someone went into black after pack 1, I feel like. Negate still floating around. And go for the Fruit Wield. And Grey Merchant Wield. Grey Merchant, I don't know. It's a 2/4 for 5 mana that drains them a little bit. It's like a card that is good when you already have a good board position, right? And my deck doesn't have anything absurdly, like, I don't have Obliterator or something to go with it to deal a ton of damage, so I think I'm gonna pass on the Obliterator. Yeah, I think Cut Down is a bit too narrow, probably. Like, really depends on the matchup. Not sure. I like the unconditional removal. Not unconditional, but like, go for the fruit. I mean, hits a lot more. And the Fatal Push can stay. Mind Spike is an interesting one. I also have Cut as a removal. I'm not sure about the Mace Mentor. I'm probably not going to run it. And Morbid Opportunist, Defilement. They all look good. This all looks fine. Gonna grasp Oath Swan. Maybe don't play the Duress. Not sure about this Oath Swan card. But it is a 2-drop. It fills my curve. It seems pretty medium, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'll run it and try it. I probably have to cut one of these cheaper cards. I'm not sure which is the worst. The bunch. Really want to try the Saboteur. I honestly like this seems to be the worst, and then I guess I could just cut Mind Spike. I have 14 creatures right now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna trim the Mind Spike then. I could also trim the cruelty. Maybe it's just a bit clunky for my deck. Low impact, I suppose. What do I fetch with it? I guess Yakmov, conscripts. It just seems like a good card in this cube, no matter what your deck is. Like, I'm more of an aggressive deck, more lower to the ground, I get it, but Lutrig definitely comes in here. And I guess I'll play Peatland over a swamp. So what's the mana requirements? We have 21 black, 5 red. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11 black, and then I have 6, 7, 8 red. I have 6, 7, 8 red. Yeah, I mean, this seems fine. 8. But Sleeper really does want... Nah, I guess Sleeper is fine with... It just needs you to have like 2 black. Yeah, okay. I could play 1 less mountain. I think I'm good like this. 8 red sources means I have my... I also have Lutri, which is double red. Yeah, alright, let's do it. Let's play some games. Alright. Oh, Goal is our first opponent, and is reasonable. Alright, let's go. One's on blue-black. What 2-drop do I want to play first? Maybe the Oathsworn. It's the best to play early, so you get more counters on it. Okay. Glad I didn't play Jadar. Alright. So it's Harvester, Priest, playing Esper. Priest could fix my mana next turn. I'm gonna go with Priest. Yeah, and one thing also is, it's fine surfing around, especially in pack 1, a little bit. Like, I started my draft with Maze Mind Tome, then what did I pick? Like, Sensor on the way. I picked the Llanowar Visionary, right? And then, like, I solidified myself in black because I realized, oh, black's open. And yeah, I easily got enough playables, and yeah, it's just very nice to be in the open colors in this cube, that's for sure. So you get all the goodies. Reckon a Bankbuster. Okay, we're signing up for a grindy game. What do I want to attack them here? Just play Gonti. Maybe I should have played Harvester last turn. I could go Jadar. No. Jadar doesn't seem good into the Liliana. Not really progressing much. I guess I'll just play a Gon to use my mana efficiently. Now I do regret not playing the Harvester last turn. It would have been nice to deal the Lily free damage. Okay. Additional one. This sacrifice free creature. I don't have white mana. Yeah, I don't need to destroy everything, so I guess I'll just take the commit. And so it's Esper good stuff with sweepers and rafts and all that. Yeah. Maybe not my best matchup. But we'll see. Like, this is a good test to see if it's sort of this lower to the ground aggro / mid-range deck is where you want to be. Maybe not. Maybe there's just too much over the top stuff, like too many powerful plays that catch you back up, that a deck that isn't either super aggressive. Yikes. Okay, I'm getting smushed here. A deck that isn't either super aggressive. I got super punished for playing my Priest, I feel like. That would have been a Blood Type Harvester. Oof, this game would have been different. They couldn't just like play the Fairy here freely. I could just attack it down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, anyways, it might just be the case that these either you want to be super aggressive and go under these good stuff decks, but you don't want to be in that middle department where I am at right now. I could certainly see that. Yikes, 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 yikes. I think I'll just commit to Teferi, honestly. I haven't dealt him any damage yet. It is just a nightmare situation, honestly, here. I wish I would have played that Harvester. It would have been so much better than the Priest. I don't know what I was thinking in the moment. Oh well. I'm gonna draw step, commit the Teferi. I guess I could commit it right now. Well, I didn't make a stop, so Arena won't let me. Yeah, because now if they have a counterspell, they have it stick around. I should have done it in the end step there. Should put the stop and then. Okay. Looks like they don't have a counterspell because, I mean, if I would be in their position and I had a counterspell, I would counter that card, probably. Although they might have a sweeper, which is also pretty good here. Yeah. Oh wow, I have all even. Damn it. Yakmov. Alright.
I'm not finished with you yet.
Loth. It's a good card. I'm just so far behind here. I feel like my opponent has much more powerful plays probably in their deck, and I mean, I know about the Teferi coming next turn, so it's gonna be hard to come back. I'll try. And yeah, it certainly wasn't my own fault. I think if I would have read this game better and where I'm at, I should have just played the Harvester and go from there. Maybe the Lily would have already been dead. I just activate Hive, kill my Loaf. Yeah. Planeswalker removal, like Sheoldred's Edict, is probably a good thing to have as well. So here, I'm hoping my luck that this works out, that these 6 damages are enough to kill the Lily off. Not that I'm in a great position. I'm gonna concede this game. Like, my spider's gonna die to the Lily. Like, let's move on. I don't have to play this out. My opponent's gonna destroy me. Yeah, Planeswalker removal seems to be quite good if I think about all the powerful Planeswalkers that are in this format. Maybe, actually, maybe I have to play the Duress. Like, Duress gives me a chance against these controlling bigger decks, right? By Duress, I mean Mindspike. Just cut a lot of removal, a lot of kill spells. Maybe I just get rid of the Oath Swan anyways. The Oath Swan is just like vanilla creature. I don't know. A 2 mana. It seems a bit low powered. I don't actually know why it's in here. They wanted to give black aggressive decks another tool, I suppose. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I can work with this. We have a Lutri mirror match. Okay, nice. 1-drop. Seachrome Coast. Blue-white control, perhaps. And swing in. Impulse. Alright. Another Esper deck? Oh my gosh. Is everybody on Esper value in the best of 1 ladder? A bit unfortunate with the double mountain situation again. Wonder if I probably should spend my mana using Plunder here. Do it because I could technically pre-attacks because I could technically hit a black source of them and then activate my sleeper for another damage. Mindstone is a nice card too. Liliana of the Veil. An island, alright. Opponent has a kill spell? Sure. What's a bit weird is that I think the One Ring and Orcish Bowmasters are not in this cube. I'm gonna get rid of the Go for the Throat. Seems like my opponent is not playing too many creatures. Not a mountain? Oh my gosh. Maybe I should change the mana base. That hurts. Triple mountain draw. Alright, that's fine. I like it. Low resource game. Hopefully no Teferi this turn. Oh. Okay. Oh my god, another mountain. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's going on here? Well, if they play a creature, I can go grass plus Ludri to kill both. Okay, I guess that is a creature. So at least we have a good play next turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it now, I think. Before, you know, they have a counter spell or whatever. Okay. Okay, I will cut a mountain for a swamp. I learned my lesson, I guess. Both lilies. Nice. First thing. Yep. Do you guys see we have divination at instant speed? Just divination at instant speed now. Pretty amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, my opponent apparently is also hurting here. But this is just painful. I have the choice of either playing Krenko, which will get just shut off by the Liliana, or Den of the Bugbear attacks. Could kill this, attack their face, they go to 10. I think I played a Krenko, because if they go Liliana next turn, then they will use it on the Krenko, right? And then I can kill off the Liliana. It's like not that big of a deal. This is only kind of bad if they have a sweeper here, compared to the Den of the Bugbear activation. Okay, they must have just drawn this because they didn't have it before. The tap black land. Nice. I mean, at least it's a black land. Okay, so they got a 3/2 flash blocker. Probably kill my guy here. Yeah. So I could make sure to kill the Liliana. They had 5 as well. What's the line here? Could also slow down, play a Loaf, but the Loaf is gonna get picked on by the Lily. Interesting spot. Go face. Then they would go to 1, right? I could just go face. Block my den probably. Take 4, go to 1. But I can't deal with them the last one. They kill my guy, kill my loot tree probably, and then it's like Liliana against an empty board. But I have a good hand, and they have like 2 cards. An interesting spot. You also go my Woe Strider. A little bit of a board position. I kind of don't want to throw out my den against their loot tree. I'm just happy trading these. And then I'll just return a Woe Strider. Doesn't matter. I guess I have Cooldown's Command in my deck. I don't need the spells. I'll just get rid of one of the creatures. Good. Get rid of my board. I guess I should have sacked the goat. That was a bit loose. But I mean, now I make them choose if they want to go minus or plus. They go plus, okay. Well, so 5 life, unfortunately, enough. This does not do a whole lot on the +1 on this battlefield. Putting them to 1. Not a good play. If they have 1 instant speed removal, it does not seem like a good play. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to kill him. I mean, the Kaya doesn't really do anything. It still feels good to kill a Planeswalker just like that. Go face with the other one. Now I'm still threatening the 4 damage. So if they tap like out for something and are not ready for the Den of the Bugbear, that could kill them. Okay. Well. I feel like I just want to go Lily plus and then Yakmov. Use my mana efficiently.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the you won't be outsmarting me.
Discarded Languish. I could activate the Den and force the issue. But I think it's kind of likely that they have the instant speed answer. And I just chill for now. Oh, wow. Yeah, they do have the instant speed answer, that's for sure. Holy cow. Wow. Now they're gonna go, what, first for discovery? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Torrential Gearhulk, not a human. No protection there. I mean, my Yakmov is gonna get minus anyways, so I think I'm gonna keep the Lily around to kill the Torrential Gearhulk. This emblem is also a threat. Maybe this Lily is better than I judged her to be. Sort of shutting off a 2-power creature in combat is nice, even if it doesn't kill anything. And it does threaten to go to the ultimate, it just sits there.
When I say suffer, you suffer.
But these games are fun, right? Like, this is a back and forth. You don't know who's winning. I enjoy this a lot. Key to the archive. Okay. I might just have to go for the kill next turn. Draft a card from Key to the Archive spellbook. I don't know what it is. Could be a Doomblade. Got it a Fetid Pools. They attack a Numa. Make you sack. Just go for the kill. Maybe I should have never cared about the Kaya to begin with. Should have dealt them all the damage. It didn't matter in the end. They didn't find an instant. Okay, well, whew, close one. Alrighty, go with this hand. It keeps continuing that we have only one swamp. One swamp is enough. Don't complain. You can cast most of your spells. Montaña. Alright. And double mountain and cast Malutri. So it's also very important to have 2 mountains. It is. Crab Peeps Conjure. We're playing a mirror match? Ooh, that is another black intensive card with the ninjutsu on it. Ah, man, I wish I could ninjutsu, but then I can't play my Jada. I would have to play a cut. On this, which is reasonable, but then I don't have a removal for like a bigger creature that might come down. I already have like this to get rid of that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna swing for free and play my Swamp Saboteur as a creature. I guess. Huh. What I didn't even think about, I guess I could have returned to zombie there. Interesting. Miss out. No, I actually don't even miss out on damage. It's just straight up better to do that, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a punt. Only in a scenario I would want to block with this, it wouldn't be better. But in a scenario where I want to deal damage, it's just the same. I guess I missed out on having a virus beetle in my hand. Get about in the graveyard. Really, this is just a mirror match. It's crappy attacking. And we draw a swamp. They have 4 cards. Just slow things down here. Just play Gonti. I think I'll do that. I could fasten things by killing both the creatures and then attack. They would probably have to chump block my Saboteur. If they don't, I get a Virus Beetle. But then on the other hand, I really like just getting... Oh, Seeking Blood, that's a nice one. Red shade. Town Raise the Tyrant has a better normally you don't control all ability except mana ability. Big Flying Dragon or a Searing Blood to deal damage? I like that Big Flying Dragon. Yeah. Okay, I could block that. I could not. I think I will block it. I'm just happy having my Gonti in the graveyard and return it with Kulhan's command on down the line. They probably don't have, you know, they could spend resources on Scrounger return, but then they would have to exile the Gutter Bones right now, which is like another valuable creature in the graveyard, so I think fine. Ooh, okay. Attack Zomb. I guess I could blow that up and blow this up. Don't really care that much about them equipping this. I think I just want to put the Tyrant on the battlefield. Oh, it's non-basic lands, so the Tyrant doesn't actually... Oh, that's okay. It's still 4 for flying. If they equip, I'll just block for the Saboteur. Like, this just... I don't know. I don't know what could happen here that really blows me out. I have creatures covered with removal, I have conscripts, Kulhan's command, also for the sword. Okay. That card I cannot deal with. Right, because it just gets indestructible. I can... Haha, shit, I can sacrifice it into itself with Citus conscripts. Well, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, opponent's not gonna like this. Usually these things say sacrifice another creature. But I guess that is the modern way of phrasing these cards. Back then, like 10 years ago, this was like, it can sacrifice itself. Why not? It just eats itself. Oh, that's a pretty nice play. The opponent... Yeah, this seems reasonable. I mean, I could get a virus speeder and jump block with the Jadar instead. Healing 2 more. Maybe that's just better. I like this card. It seems nice. It seems nice. The ninjutsu being so cheap, and virus speeder is actually a pretty reasonable card. I mean, okay. One's at 6. Kill that. Kill this. 5. Kill this. Drain them for 2. No, that's also not enough. I guess I will just go K command, destroy, and deal 2. And then attack my opponent with everybody. Can block the Jadar if they want to. Clear, sure. And then I think I'll just cut to ribbons the Glorybringer. And at this point, I have the board position and I have ribbons in the graveyard. Them being at 3, that should be good enough. Right? We'll see. I need some way to instant speed gain life. Or exile my ribbons. I guess a graveyard trespasser would do it. That does not. Yeah, having a reasonable removal, like cut, and then also the ribbons on the backside. Good, that's good. Alright, this hand looks nice. We can probably go Jadar on turn 1. Let's see what they're playing. Sorry, on turn 2. Low. Green, okay. I'll collect the turn 1. My Mind Spike might miss. It does not. It's a green-red deck. Okay. Oh, nice. I think it's more valuable to have this out because I feel like I'm gonna be the defending player in this game. I don't need to throw zombies at my opponent. And I want to be having this in play when I attack with Krenko, then I get the goblins. They can use the goblins to kill some of their board. Ah, they found a land on top. So lucky. And a lot of wells, jeez. 4 plays by turn 3. Yikes. Yeah, probably not gonna win this one. One has quite the advantage being on a play and just... What a board position already. I'm sitting here with my powerful 1/2s. Terror of the Peaks. This when it's targeted. You have to pay 3 whenever another creature enters the battlefield. Yeah. Not loving my spot. I ain't gonna lie. I think my route to victory includes Lolth hitting the battlefield this turn. I was hoping they wouldn't block out of fear or something. But they did. So they're gonna sack the Ornithopter probably. Or the Elf. Guess I shouldn't have played my land this early. I could have drawn into a tap land, which I did. Alright, now they just have to attack all on low. If I would have drawn like an evolved sleeper or a fatal push, that would have been a way to get me back into this game. But I unfortunately did not. Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. But by not playing the land, I did play around Townraiser Tyrant. Okay, so I go to 2. Huh. At least I live, I suppose. Wait, what? Oh, this tramples already. Oops. Forgot about that. Okay, so 3 counters at trample, so I needed to block there, go to 1. I mean, I wouldn't have won this game anyways, but yeah. Small mistake. Okay. I take this one. Loot tree at our disposal as well. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys... Oh, hello fountain. That mind spec is going to be good, hopefully. What do you guys think about me doing some of this? I'll definitely take the mold impact. So Jeskai control. Arena cube, if you're interested or not. I might do another video before the arena open. I'll certainly stream the arena open, I can tell you that much. Get rid of the iconoclast while I can. Yeah, in general, I'm streaming more often. I won't have... I don't have a stream schedule yet, but that will come as well. Just play Priest and Sleeper. I could play the tap line, I guess. I think I should play Sleeper. Other stance not looking too good for my opponent. Okay. This... Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Against a Jeskai low to the ground deck. Like spells. Kinda cool. Oh wow, they're already on Delirium. Not bad. Huh. Yeah, it'll just return Lutri, I guess. I could go double removal. The nice thing about Lutri is that if I draw a red source, I can then go removal. If they go stance, I can then go Lutri, copy, kill the dragon. And ultimately, I'm just losing out on 3 damage being taken here. I think I'm gonna go. Kill spell. They surveil more, which is somewhat annoying, but they could also tap out of Spirit. Yeah, they could have tapped out of Valor stance, right? They're gonna do here, I think. This has to... The end of turn, you have to do it immediately. Yeah, now I can just kill both. Be pretty happy about my situation. Nice. Yakmov has kind of disappointed so far in these games. Oh wow. Picking Chandra or Invasion. Both are pretty awesome. Maybe the Invasion. Maybe the Chandra. I like the Chandra because if they play some sort of very good creature, which there's a lot of in this cube, I have another removal spell as long as it's 4 less toughness. Yeah, just attack, I guess. then play Chandra Ghost Rider. We can ramp into ribbons. I mean, that was a standard deck. Red black aggro with ribbons and Chandra. Pretty good one. I think it's definitely won at least. It won a world championship in the hands of Javier Dominguez. Leave. Sure about that. Yeah. And then it definitely also won a proto, I think. Definitely also won. No, I think it won a proto. At least it made the proto finals in the hands of Turtenwald, I think. And yeah, I remember playing a Grand Prix Brussels, where everybody was, gunning for red black. And, yeah, I played Esper Control there and was quite good against red black, and I made top 8 of that Grand. That was good. Kill my Chandra. All right. Lily. Seems kind of weird. I think not.
I don't need this.
Cross. Time to play Yakmov. Kill one of you guys. Cannot sacrifice itself. Not like the aristocrat. Baked Canyon. I think I'm gonna just kill this and draw a card. Like Ghost Rider coming out of the graveyard is just nice, and yeah. Don't have triple red yet to copy. Which is something I really want to do though. Like I'm planning to do that this game. Exile this, and the worst creature. Yeah, I mean we're up on so many resources, and if my opponent playing this low to the ground Jeskai deck, then I should have this game pretty much locked up at this point, I would think. Bearing some crazy. Yeah, okay. I'll leave my O1 around. Might be useful later. Yeah, now we can do it. Alright, sweet. Do it in the draw step. Discard and return a creature. No. What is really good against Lutri is if you counter the spell, then Lutri, it's just a free turn, right? Like, then you kind of shut it off. Yeah. This is just nasty. They have a nice mana base, at least. I mean, if they have to let this resolve, I would just concede it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can do this. By the way, if you're curious and haven't counted, I'm sitting at 3 and 2, back against the wall. And yeah, we have to win out to get the full prize. But all in all, like these cube events, unfortunately, honestly, are not big like money events. The price is much lower to get into them, and then you also win less than if you play like a regular Premier draft. And you don't ladder up either, so yeah. Bit of a non-bow here, Den of the Bugbear with the Sleeper. But yeah, again, I think these manlands are very valuable because you get replacement level cards in every card. Every card is playable, right? So you should not worry about playables. Picking lands. Nice. I mean, theoretically, I could just go Swamp Sleeper and have a tap land next turn. Nah, I think I should just play it then, so I have the cut to ribbons available as well next turn. This bauble is a weird one. Why is that one in here? I mean, it's just giving us a colorless cantrip. That's randomly on Magic Arena via the Brothers War stuff. Okay. No. Red green. I mean, I'm pretty happy if they trade with my Gutter Bones here. They can just return it instantly. Play it again. Got 2 damage spell. Now would be the time to use it. Okay. But when they die as well, right? Or dies, yeah. Still gotta do it, of course. This point I'll cut here. Jadar. Playing with Seiju, usually a telltale for them not having many more lands in hand. Noting that. One of the coolest artworks, it's like huge tree in this megatropolis future city. Okay, that's not too threatening. That's like one of the worst Cetus Concrete I've seen in a while. Opponent's at 10. 4, 8, 7. One short? 6, 7. One short either way. And a mountain would have killed them. A lot of things would have killed them. I'm at 12. So I can't kill him, so I want to make sure that I at least don't die in the backswing. How do I make sure of that? Maybe stay back for the Jadar. Just attack like this. Then I could activate my Sleeper, keep up Inferno Grasp. That's 7 damage to go to 3. Yeah, that's probably fine. Could have also put him to 2 with Jadar. Having Inferno Grasp up, I probably can't lose this game. A big haste creature I can just kill. Definitely not enough. Kill this. And then, yeah, I mean, plenty of ways to win. Yeah, sure. Removal. A little bit of a go long hand. Will you play against a deck where these two are good? Not against a blue control deck. Okay, red it is. Would have a shock. Man, the kid is screaming outside. I don't know what's going on. No, it sounded awful. Like, gosh, what's going on out there? I hope you guys can't hear this. It's probably just a little kid that struggling with their parents. Living on a street that there's a lot of families here. Should I check? Everybody's calm in the restaurants and stuff. Everything's fine. Just play Lillian plus. Is that the way to go? Just pass the turn. Kind of like playing Lily when I could kill something instantly. So, you know what? I'm just gonna return Loot Tree. I'll treat this game as a value game. To make the most value, I want now to Liliana their creature that they play. No creature. Okay. No turn free play, nothing to do. What does that mean? So, like, maybe sorcery speed removal? Or 4 drops. 4 and 5 drops. I'll just get the Lily out. Maybe I should just get the Gonti out. Gonti is a card that you also don't want to see go to the graveyard. Flash Gorger. I'll pick the Flash Gorger. I think I don't need a second Lily. And Fonzies is probably going to play their best card in their hand right now, right? And then at that point... How good is Fonzies going to be? So now I'm hoping to draw land so I can loot tree both creatures. Did not. But that's not a bad draw either. See where this goes. It's a good card. Yep. Mildly annoying. Alright, I'll use the ability. I also still have a card from mine. Let's see what you find, I guess. Okay. That basically tells me, don't play a creature next turn. Yeah. I'm not gonna run into that. It could... I mean, at this point I can't even cast this. So this will just go away. They can kill my Lily. They want. Likely do. We have sort of like 4 cards against 5 cards, but they have 1 more land than I do. This is certainly a game where loot tree will likely be huge. Oh, they also have that, right? Oh, Lucius. Gosh, that card is... it is at least a free one now, but it's still very, very good. Wait, what? But they chose to play the land instead. Wow, okay. I see. Choose to play the land instead. Interesting. So the hand is loaded, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll just play Opportunist and then kill this thing. Losing 5 life. And I messed up there. I shouldn't have played my land. Because now I could draw into a Hive or a Den. Or a Blood Crypt. Yeah, that was a mistake and I got punished for it. Sequence correctly, friends. Ooh, whoa. My opponent has a bigger red deck than I do, that's for sure. Oh, but they didn't. Oh, they hit a Swamp Saboteur. And a Blood Tithe. They did hit, okay. Gutter Bones. I'll draw basically 2 cards. This thing is big, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, the Blood Crypt. A bit annoying, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna do it. Bring this one. Draw 2. I don't know what I can draw into. Maybe cut 2 ribbons. Doesn't do much. Fatal Push. Doesn't do much. Draws me another card though. And I have the K command again. We can do some damage with that. The Lutri. I feel like I have the late game probably in control. Worried about not losing, you know, because I'm at 7 and some hasters or what have you. Glorybringer, burn spells. Or that card. Yeah, I mean that card probably cannot beat. Oh really? Huh. I'll push this, draw a card here, and sack here. No, actually I can sack on there. This has human protection, right? So this becomes a 5/5. Then I can take 5. Block this. My Yakmov survives. I mean, I go to 1. That's not great, but I'll just have to hope they don't have another burn spell. Okay. So I have 8 mana. Hmm. I kind of want to make them discard the entire hand. Then I guess return creatures at the same time. Return like Priest and Gonti. Hmm. Yeah, I think I have to make them discard their hand because I think it's just good. And this is the moment to do it. Then at least they're empty-handed. Discard a swamp, okay. There's just lands. Phoenix. I'm glad I got rid of the Phoenix. Now we're just praying for no burn spells off the top. Ugh. Yikes. Okay. Let them bounce and they jump, or do I jump with the loot tree? I kind of don't want to make them sacrifice this season pyromancer, do I? And 1 life is a bit risky. But this card is a lot more useful, also ramping me and stuff. Using my snakes. Not sure. Could just get this out. It's a 7/5 lifelinker. And then I get out of range, which is the most important part, right? I think I just do that. They have 1 more draw. Or like a burn spell or something. Yeah, I guess they could also draw a kill spell for the flash. Oh, they did it? They did. Okay. Yeah, GG. I mean, I could have played multiple creatures. That plays around a removal, which maybe I should have gone that route. Like, just play like Gonti and off 5 minutes. Or play this as a free, and then play more guys. Could have played like this, and this as a free. Yeah, maybe I messed up. Well, at least I definitely messed up in hindsight. This is the higher upside play, but it's risky, yeah. Alright, well, I guess they still have to attack. But I'd be surprised if they don't. I feel like this entire, like, I made a mistake with the Blood Type Harvester once in a game against, like, Esper Control, and now I made a mistake, probably. But I've eked out a little bit more wins. Well, in any case, that is the Arena Cube, some limited action. Remember, Arena Open is Cube this time around. And this wasn't the most fun deck, but you can do some crazy stuff, as you saw. Some of my opponents had, like, really cool decks. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, guys, and I'll do more or less of it. I can easily just go back to my constructed content and do that. I was just like, hey, I'm prepping for this anyways, so why not just showcase it to you guys as well. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.